Hello and welcome to part 2 of the unboxing and first look at the Corsair 5000D Airflow Edition. I will leave a link in the description for part 1 so that you can see that first if you haven't. And yeah, let's just hop back right in, shall we? Okay, time to take the back panel off. I think it's meant to be somewhat captively screws, because I can leave them inside. I will try. Yeah, okay, you can leave them inside. You don't have to take them all the way out, which is great, so you don't lose them. I was just trying to be extra careful with the glass panel, but this one is steel, so it doesn't matter that much if you drop it. You can see here that it is filtered. And this is what it looks like on the other side. It's labeled that this is the top, which is great. And it is it's like a plastic with a filter. This looks like the same filter that's in the front of the case, which is great because you want to use this as an intake, not an exhaust. Then it will really be weird airflow inside the case if you take in the air from the front and try to exhaust it out here in the side. It wouldn't make any sense because you want the airflow to go past your motherboard inside. But yeah, I'll just put this filter back on. It has these nice slots here that it just goes inside. Hard to do that wrong. And I just put this behind here. So there's nothing much to see here. We have some tape. I'll take that off. Oh, okay. So they leave like a fold here on the end of the tape, so it's easy to take off. This is just like a painter's tape. So that's fine, I guess. It's just not so fun when it tears like it did to me here, but luckily we got it all off. Okay. Oh. Okay. So we have a door. A door inside the back of the panel. So this door just hides all your cables. I don't see the real point. I saw Corsair earlier had a case with a glass panel on this side also, and then it makes sense with this door, but since we have a solid side panel here, why do we need this door? I don't know. Luckily we can take it off, so to save some weight if you want that, or if you just don't need it, you can just take it off and put it to the side or store it somewhere. You never know if you want to have it back in, if you're going to sell it in the future or anything. But here we can see so much things. So where shall we start? We can start here. We can see that there's like a rail here, which has some great spots to cable management, to use cable ties or Velcro straps if that's at all. Some that was included. We will find those later, I hope. So you can put your cables here. We also have this 3 slots here for SSDs or 2.5-inch drives. So just mount it to this. You screw in this side, put this SSD on here, 4 screws, and then you put it back in the slot, tighten the thumb screw, and it's mounted. And you just plug in the SATA power and the data, and then it's all good. We have this standoff. This is for the door that the small door, which we took off. And here we have something interesting. This is a fan hub and we can see our 2 included fans are already connected, and we have space for 4 more. I don't think this has control for RGB, only for a fan. I think that it is PWM. So you can connect it to your motherboard, and you can let the motherboard control it via either some software, or you can set it in the BIOS. So you can set some fan profiles there on most motherboards, I think, most newer ones. And we also have this rail here, which all are included, the cables are in, and they are fastened by Velcro straps. I will take this off so you can see what cables are included here, or mounted to the case, which you have to connect. We have one SATA power here. I guess this is for the, yes, this is for the fan hub. So this is, you have to connect this to give power to your fans if you are using this included one. We also have a fan header. This is to control the speed of the fans. So you connect this to the motherboard. It's labeled as PWM cable here. So that's great that they label it, so you know what to do with it or where it goes. We have power switch, reset switch, and power LED. These small cables here, which sometimes is a pain to mount. Do we have a hard drive? No. Luckily some motherboards have a plug that you connect these to easy, and then you plug that into the motherboard, making it much easier to install. We have the audio cable with every colored cable imaginable, purple, green, blue, everything. This is for the headphone and microphone jack in the front of the case, so if you want to use that, you have to connect this. We have a USB. This is the USB-C cable for internal use. So not all motherboards have this, but most of the modern ones have this. And we have the USB 3 cable here, which is very big and bulky. That's just how it is. We can see the bubble wrap here. So that's maybe what we heard moving around. And yeah, that's what I talked about earlier. This goes in the front of the case. Instead of that panel you can take out to the bottom. So this will create this curve. And it has a screw here, and it also says 5000D. So you never forget what model of the case you have. Let's put this on the floor for the time being. Behind these cables you can see we have a hard drive cage here. So you have 2 slots, and they are like toolless to take out. You just put your hard drive in and you press this to take it out, or yeah. Oh, it has, it's very hard to see, I can imagine. It has some tabs there. So when you have your hard drive and you want to mount it inside this, you just pull the plastic out and you line up the holes and you plop it in, and then you don't have to use any screws to mount your hard drive. If you are going to move this case around, if you are moving between 2 spaces or anything, I would use some screws to mount it securely, but yeah. And on the top hard drive bay here we have, I think this is the accessories box. This is put in, as I said, like the hard drive. Start to pull out, yeah. We have the screw holes here, which uses the tabs. So what do we get in the box? Okay, so so we have another standoff for the side here. I don't know why. It's the same length. Maybe I should check in the manual afterwards to see, or maybe in case you lose it. Okay. Oh, this is so great that they include. Oh my god. So this is the USB 3 cable that I talked about earlier. These are the plugs that are on the motherboard are usually quite fragile. They can break easily, and most of them are pointing right out. And this cable is quite stiff, so sometimes you want to mount it if you're, imagine this being the motherboard, it will stick right out, and you want to like bend the cable like almost 120 degrees to get it neatly out of the way. They include a 90-degree for the cable. So you put this black part into the motherboard and you have the blue. It's quite sad that it's blue because you will see this, but you can use a Sharpie or something to like make it black. And then you put this one on that. So that you can mount it more neatly and hide it away. And don't break the plugs, which is great. I haven't seen that earlier. I had a lot of cases of in the years, but this is great. Yeah, we have a bag of screws. I think this is like hard drive screws and fan screws to put in the fans everywhere. And the last thing in the box, I think we have more Velcro straps. Oh. There's a lot of Velcro straps, as you can see. So I think these are the same types that are used here. So I guess this is so we can use them around here. Maybe around here. I don't know. It's nice that they include so many. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So they give you 12 of these. And we have 3, so 15 total. And yeah, that's it for that side. I'm sorry. And then we have this panel. This is to mount fans or a radiator if you want that. If you want to take in from the side here. You can take this off using taking out these 3 screws here, and then yeah, you can mount a radiator. You can see that it's blocked here by a panel, so you will have to take this out before using the fans on this side. So turn the case around here, there, and yeah, this is the panel I was talking about. You have to remove this if you are going to use the side panel intake. But I'm going to use front here, so I will leave this in. I will also want to take this out and put in the... Where did I put it? Here. This one. Put this in place there. So that's my plan for it. So yeah, that has been my unboxing and dismantling of this case. We haven't looked at the bottom, we can take a look. Here you can see it has rubber on the feet, and we have the filter for the power supply. And we also have some sections here. I think these slots, as you can see here, this is where the hard drive cage lives. So it looks like we are able to move this front and back if you want to. Or as I'm going to do, I will not take it out because I don't use hard drives in this system. And my impression of this case is that it feels really nice, really nicely built. The buttons feels nice, and it feels like they have gone through a lot of they have thought about the solutions here, what to do where. Like Corsair have made cases for many years now, but they have made many mistakes the current years. I haven't bought a case from Corsair since the Obsidian 900D, which was an enormous case, and I really liked it. It wasn't the greatest build quality on it, but I modded it some and I had a great time. And then I upgraded to an even larger case, and now I have downsized again to the case that I'm currently using. And this is about the same size as the one I'm currently using. I'm currently using a Fractal Design Define S2, and like it was so easy to build in, and everything fits really nice and compact. I have another video of it showing me testing what the temperatures are and explaining why I want to change the case. And one of the reasons are that the front panel is completely blocked off, and like, yeah, it's quite similar here. The intake are only on the sides here, which are basically the same as this gray part. And you don't get, and it also has filters on these sides and on the front of the fans, so it's so much restrictions. So I have to put all my fans on full speed when I'm gaming or doing anything intensive to get enough air through the radiators. I have a radiator in the front and on the top. And I'm going to do the same here. I think I may leave the back fan just to get some more air out, but I will test. I will do that after, because I want to put the case in the same configuration as I have the old one to test if there is any better airflow in this. And I hope it will be great. So I have seen some reviews of this case, and they praise the airflow of it, and which shows that Corsair has chosen a better direction for the new cases that they come out with. I also see that even the one with the glass panel in the front here has enough air going through the sides. It's built out so much that enough air can come through without making the fans work harder. So that's great in my opinion. It looks like it has so much ventilation here, and it looks great in white. I never had a white case before, so this should be fun. And yeah, I will come out with a video after building in this one, and I hope the process will be fun. If you are interested in this product, I will leave a link in the description below. And if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and consider subscribing to us. We will love to have you in our techie family. And yeah, see you later and have a good one.